This tutorial is for you to understand how to use Keynote iMovie and a few great websites to make an intro for your videos or your video channel. Here is a quick example of one that I put together in 15 minutes. So step one is for you to grab a few design elements. So I've gone over to Pixabay, which is one of my favorite websites for creating work, and I am just going to put in a search and make sure under color I select transparent. That way any of the elements that I pick up, they're easy to layer over my design. And again, none of these links need attribution. Those of you that might want to use your initials, if you search letter and then that letter, that comes up as well. If you're providing information about your social media accounts, you might want to use Icon Finder. So step two is to experiment with the animate options that you have available to you in Keynote. Some of them are kind of cheesy, or maybe you've seen them too often. Others have a really nice effect. It really depends on the type of video intro that you're putting together. You can change the duration. So it's great that as you're looking through the different animations, you can go ahead and preview and experiment to see what they look like if you speed them up or you have them go through a little bit faster. So you can see I'm just checking out different animation features for build-in to see which one I like. You may have already noticed as well that the font that I am using is not one of the default fonts that come in your font book. I've gone to dafont.com to select fonts that I wanted to use specifically for this project. So it might be worth it to you to do the same, to head over to dafont.com and to find a font that's going to make the look a bit more unique. And of course, with any text that you add in, you can also animate the way that that builds in, the way that that moves, or the way that it builds out. So you have options to animate any text that you've added to the slide as well. A lot of great animation work is actually done using the move, or sometimes referred to as the magic move feature. So as I'm doing right here, you can drag and decide which direction you'd like to move text or images in. And then as you're moving, you can also change the scale. So an image or some text that looks quite big, you can actually shrink it down when you move it. So Magic Move is a great resource worth experimenting with. Once you have played around with the different animation options, then you want to make sure that you have built the order. So you want to make sure that once you've selected build order, and you can preview from that option as well, you can have the different animations occur together. It's really just important that you make sure that none of them are on click, because you're going to export this to a QuickTime movie file, and that's really the essential thing. So if you want, as I'm doing right there, I wanted the icon for Twitter and my Twitter handle to drop down at the same time. So I'm saying I'm going to build those together. If you want features to be built together or after different effects, that's fine. Just the key crucial bit is that it is not on click. Once you're happy with the way that your animations are built, you're going to export, as I said, to QuickTime. I choose a slightly larger file size. That's optional for you if you would like. And we're going to save that and then bring it over into iMovie, which is our next step. So once we drop that clip into iMovie, then what I'm going to do is head over to bensound.com to get some great attribution-free Creative Commons music. And I'll listen to a few different clips and find one that works best for my animation. You've got loads of options, so do spend some time exploring. And then I'm going to make sure that the music, that my soundtrack, is the same length as my clip. And then if I just pull down that little circle at the end, I can have it so that the music fades out. Another option for you, though, is to make sure that you are using the green screen effect. So you'll notice all I've done differently there is I've changed on that slide what was a yellow rectangle to a green rectangle. I export that again to QuickTime. Then I'm going to head over to Pexels Video and select a video that I want to play through the green screen effect. So I've just selected someone typing, I make sure that I add that video first, and then I pull my Keynote QuickTime file over. And instead of cutaway, I want to make sure that it's green screen. That's the most important part. And then what you'll see is this nice effect of we have all of my animations, and then we have that other video playing through it. So that's, again, using another great website with no attribution. You can put together a pretty great video introduction in 15 minutes or less.